Financial regrets, right? Most of us have financial regrets. I wish my father had bought Wipro. I wish my father had done this, my father had done that, right? Or something like what we ourselves could have done. I may not have been able to buy Wipro in 1980, but I may have been able to buy Wipro in 1985, 84, 85, and the price had not gone up too much. Or maybe I could have bought it even much later and then held on for a long period of time. So all of us will have small time regrets, big time regrets, whatever. Like I bought Infosys at 300, sold off at 700, and then but I bought Hero Honda at maybe 30 rupees or 20 rupees or 30 rupees, and held on till the price of 3,000 after bonus splits, whatever. So some things you do right, some things you do wrong. But here are some of the regrets which I have seen over long periods of time, which people say. People have come and actually said this to me, and therefore this is coming from sheer experience, not just from some lists which somebody else has prepared. Regret number one, delaying of savings. A saving stroke investment. Largely people think that to be able to create a big corpus, you have to invest a big amount of money. Completely wrong. Even if you can start with 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, whatever be your age, whatever be the class of people that you are, please do it. So even if you have a maid servant, there is no reason why you should not be encouraging her or him to start a bank recurring deposit, if not a SIP. After some time, get them to start an SIP of 500 rupees and give a bank guarantee. I have done that for 14-15 people, saying just start a SIP of 500 rupees, just start an SIP of 1000 rupees. Over 5 years you will put say 30,000, 40,000 rupees. If the amount accumulated is less than that, I will give you the money, and I have never had to pay. Everybody, all the 14-15 of them, lost touch with maybe 12 of them, are quite happy with what they have done, because once in a while I get words saying, "Arey, itna paisa jama ho gaya, I've been able to do it." So don't postpone. I mean, start it as soon as you can. If you have not started, start today, right? That's the thing. Very simple. Just start a bank RD for your servant, start a bank RD for your driver, start a bank RD for anybody at the lowest end, because you don't want to take any risk. Slightly higher, you ask them to do an SIP and you give guarantees. So if your driver is being paid say 30,000 rupees a month, there is no reason why he should not be investing at least 3,000 rupees a month, right? So let him learn to live on 27,000 rupees. It's not a bad salary, right? So get people to do 5%, 10%. So get them to do. I mean, if you have done, great. If you have not done, you start now, but make sure that everybody around you also starts. And so don't delay. Don't delay for anybody. If you have delayed for yourself, bad luck, but at least start now. And don't regret, oh, I wish I had done earlier. Yes, you wish you had done earlier, but you didn't do it. So the best time to invest was maybe 200 years ago by your great-grandfather, or 100 years ago by your great-grandfather, or 50 years ago by your father. If you have not done it, start now. There is nothing stopping you from starting now. So don't think that you have to wait permanently. You don't have to wait permanently, and start small. That's okay. That's the smallest of the problems. Another regret that I see people do is buying a house much bigger than what they need, because everybody around you says, oh, you will never buy a house again. Why do you want to buy a 1 BHK, buy a 2 BHK? Why do you want to buy a 2 BHK, buy a 3 BHK? You know, that kind of thing. People, everybody around you, not just the broker, pushes you to buy a bigger house and also bigger cars and more number of cars. If you can push your car for 11 years instead of 7, 4 years, so in your lifetime of 30-40 years of car buying, it means at least you will buy 2-3 cars less than what you would have bought. Buying a big house, buying a big car are very huge impediments to retirement. Again, buying a very expensive vacation, right? If you go on expensive vacations, that also impairs your retirement. So you could have regrets about all this later on. Another thing is buying a timeshare when you are when you're young. Maybe you will find time to go, or when you're old, when you're 60 plus, you may be able to find time to go. But somewhere in your mid 40s and 50s, when people end up buying a timeshare, they end up wasting a lot of money because they're unable to really use the services. I have nothing against timeshare. I'm a shareholder. I have timeshares. I'm a shareholder of companies which sell timeshares, Mahindra Holiday Resorts, Thomas Cook. I'm perfectly good. It's a great business to be in. But check out whether you are going to buy it or whether you're going to use it, and if you're not going to use it, then don't buy it. Secondly, try buying timeshare from the secondary market rather than the primary market. A lot of people who have bought, who are wondering what to do, will be happy to sell. When you find that there are many people happy to sell, then you can also talk to them as to why they are selling, right? Why have they bought it and why are they selling now? And that might be cheaper than buying in the primary market, which means going to the company, right? Another thing I see is people spending too much on kids, right from nursery, KG to school, college, everywhere. I mean, the kind of expensive BCom degrees that you can get, you can end up spending 20-25 lakhs to get a BCom degree. Are you serious? 4-year degree, if not 25 lakhs, maybe it is 16-17 lakhs. That's the figure which my neighbor gave me, and I was quite surprised at that number. I mean, a little shocked. So be careful as to how much you're spending on your kids. It's great to have kids, it's fantastic, but be careful about how much you're spending on their grooming, on their hobbies, on their school, on their college, right? So be careful about all that. Another thing which I find is to see incompetent people trying to manage their own money. Please don't do it, right? If you need help, take it. I see people doing it and then they come back and say, I've done this, is this okay, is this not okay? I mean, asking a blogger like me whether what you have done is okay does not really help, because you will ask me once. After that, whatever I say, I have no clue how you are implementing. That's a problem which all doctors, financial advisors, everybody has. They can do a very good diagnosis, they can do a very good prescription, but if you don't implement it properly, you need everything, right? Either you are capable of doing it or you are not capable of doing it. There's no halfway, right? So don't make a mess and at the age of 60 find that you don't have enough money for retirement. Don't do that. Either you need professional help or you don't. When you don't need professional help, at least get a professional to do a review of what you have done. Don't say, I don't need a professional to do the work. Great, I will do it myself and I will not even have it audited. This doesn't work because personal bias, everything gets in. Look at me, I'm so personally biased. I'm always for equity. Not a very sensible thing to do if I'm doing clientele work, right? With clientele work, I have to do as per client's risk profile, not as per my risk profile. So be very careful that you think you don't need help. You may need help. Don't borrow from your pension plan or from your provident fund or things like that. It is absolutely stupid. If you can't make your money last 30 days, you get salary on the 1st and you want it to remain till the 30th. And how are you going to handle your corpus for 40 years? You retire at 55, die at 95, right? So 40 years you have to be able to manage your portfolio. That is something which you have to either learn or you have to be willing to take professional help. Take professional help and learn from that professional. That is perfectly possible for you to do, right? Another mistake which I see very commonly is paying the minimum on your credit card. That's an amazing fraud which credit card companies do. They'll send you a bill which will say 20,000 rupees and say minimum to pay 2,100 or something like that, big black block letters, and you think, oh, this is the amount which I must pay. That is not the amount you must pay. The amount you must pay is 20,000, not the 20,100, 2,100 or 2010 or whatever they're asking you to pay. You have to pay the full amount. Many people don't know this and it's very shocking. So you have to know how to manage your credit card. If you don't know how to manage your credit card, give up on your credit card. If you know how to manage your credit card, it's a great boon. I use the credit card extensively, especially for airport lounges and for postponing some expenses also, right? Another regret that people have is to say, oh my god, I did not invest in equity markets, or to say, oh, I lost a lot of money in equity markets. Equity markets are not easy to understand. It is not meant for everybody, but not everybody can say, I don't need the equity markets. Everybody needs equity markets. Either you don't know, you don't want to learn, then go and put in an index fund and know that you will not touch it for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, right? equity is for the long term. So understand that. Get your asset allocation right. Put money in equities. You cannot afford not to put money, nor can you afford to put all your money in equities and lose it. So be very careful. Unaided, if you want to do, just stick to index funds. If you want help with the professional and you're sitting and doing, then get more adventurous in your investing. Strictly not financial, but very important 2-3 decisions in life is deciding how much to study and when to stop studying, and then taking decisions like saying, oh, I'm from this place, I don't want to leave this place. That could be a big mistake. Go to the place where you get paid best. Don't wait and don't think that, oh, good jobs will come to you. If good jobs don't come to you, you have to go where the jobs are. I couldn't even imagine 30 years ago people saying I have to leave Bombay to go to Bangalore to get a job, but today people are making those moves. So maybe you have to go to Bangalore, maybe Gurgaon, maybe Delhi, maybe Noida, maybe Chennai, I don't know, but be mobile. And this is just within India. Then you could be mobile. You could go to Dubai, you could go to Singapore, you go to Hong Kong, you go to US, I don't know. Go to a place where you can make money and be happy with what you're doing. So don't stop education just because you're too lazy to study. Good quality education always has a good ROI. So don't stop your education. Continue your education. Shift to a place where you will work. And if you are a woman, please don't give up work saying, oh, I've got this work to do, that work to do. Please, women, please take your career seriously, because if you don't take your career seriously, nobody else will take your career seriously. Another regret that I find later on, especially women, is to say, I wish I had sat with my husband and learned what he was doing. Because when you don't involve your family, either the husband doesn't involve, or the wife is not interested, or the children don't show enough interest, then there can be huge financial losses. I have seen people who, after their death, the family goes and finds out from the office that he had a credit card which he had not paid. He had some, they thought he had a pension plan which was not a pension plan, it was something else, and he had not paid premium for over a year or two, it had lapsed. A huge financial mess is something which I see very, very commonly. This is not something which people have told me, this is something which I have observed. So make sure that your records are proper, that your family is involved, and you have a lot of things in writing. So these are some of the regrets which people have, which I have seen rather than just I have read. So maybe there are more and I missed some, but broadly I think I've covered a lot, and I've covered them all. Thank you.